I'm live. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Prairie Banana over on PulseChain, the blockchain that has been occupied for quite some time now by the Grays currencies, pTGC and UFO, your two index tokens that give you exposure to the best assets on the entire chain and that are outperforming all of those assets along with the chain. pTGC and UFO were dropped on PulseChain, pTGC in October of 2023 and UFO in May of 2024. Been operating flawlessly for since then, a number of months, right? And they pay dividends to holders. All you do is hold these tokens and they pay you passively from other people that are trading and also bot activity. We're going to get into all that. But the bottom line is they are probably, and this is a lot about what you're going to hear today is, obviously my opinion, but I've been in the ecosystem for 2.5 years and spent a lot of time with other men in the system and the founder included. Spent a lot of time studying these assets, even wrote a book about these assets called The Grays Currencies, goes through the whole ecosystem from cover to cover, beginning to end. And that's how firmly I believe in these two assets. Like, I'm passionate about the Grays currencies, and it's genuine, absolutely 1000% genuine belief that what? $1 billion market cap, $500 billion market cap, $1 trillion market cap, 10,000x, 100,000, million X, a penny, 10 cents, a dollar. That's where these assets are going. Well, at least pTGC. pTGC came out before UFO, so it gets a lot of the attention. And then, but UFO is not to be dissed. Don't disrespect the UFO because it hasn't been tried like the pTGC has in a little. When PulseChain made its all-time high, pTGC went through that and the results were spectacular for pTGC. UFO, on the other hand, came out after that. And so it's unknown what will happen when PulseChain runs to what will happen to UFO. But we have strong suspicions that it's going to be a very, very positive response. I probably said too much. What are we going to do today? We are going to, in the depths of this, in the depths, you're on point, dude. On point. In the depths of this horror of a bull market, a bear market. We're going to talk about what these assets are, what you can do with them. Quick commercial break. And then we're going to talk about how they can perform, like with everybody's help. Ryan, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe, and that will help the horror to come to an end. When will this horror end? Let's just venture a guess that it's going to be. Let's venture a guess that it could be this year. Who knows? Dude, I've been in crypto since 2021, and you know what the horror for me has been? Having been in crypto for 5 years, over 5 years, and not seeing my freedom number met yet. And I don't got a big one. Been dollar cost averaging, being active, plugged in for 5 years. 5 years. But I have not lost the vision. I think the 4-year cycle is broken. That's my opinion. And I think that we're gonna have our time in the sun. We're gonna have our day. We just need to hodl on. Okay. And if you're having a difficult time with the market conditions, go clean your garage. Go outside. Get some fresh air and some sunlight. Take your shoes off and walk through some cool, damp grass. Go pet somebody's dog if you don't have your own. Here's one. Go to a children's hospital. Go to a children's hospital and visit a burn ward. You'll get your vision back real quick. real quick, visiting a burn ward. Good afternoon, Walter. Any kind of burn ward. Oof. It's good to see you, man. And if you do have a moment, everybody's got a moment, go over to plsfolio.com and vote. Do it for the Gray's currencies. plsfolio.com. Vote for pTGC and UFO, both of them. And if you got to vote for just one, make it UFO, because people skip it. Don't skip one. Do both of them. You're already there. Yes, I'm barking at you. Okay, if you only have time to do one, just pick your favorite, but do both of them. Vote for both. I hope you guys are doing good. How many people we got in here today? None. No, there's 5 on Twitter and 4 on YouTube. Yeah, this is so funny. Every Sunday, it's like our attendance on the YouTube just is a reflection of the charts. It's so hilarious. But we're not giving up, guys. We are not giving up. Listen, somebody dropped in the chat yesterday, and I've never seen this guy before. And he says, I've been lurking for 2 years, dollar cost averaging every month. He says, you guys are the most trustworthy community in all of PulseChain. And I appreciate you guys' work and your consistency. And we're doing just that. We're going to be consistency. It's like, what is that saying? I heard it somewhere. Dependability is the greatest ability. And we're trying to live that, to dependably hold spaces twice a week, dependably do this educational stream at least once a week. And I do it every week, unless I'm out of town or something comes up crazy. And dependably hold a voice chat in the Telegram. We're doing it like we're meeting with our community. May I just say our community? Telegram twice, spaces twice, and then here on YouTube, 5 touches per week, because we are that. Are we invested? Absolutely. Do we have bag bias? 100%. Aside from, if I didn't hold bags in this stuff, I wouldn't be here. But I hold bags and other things too. Do I spend time over there? Not at all. Not at all. Relative. So we're all in. And it's because of the tokenomics. Listen, guys, we have so much going on for the Gray's currencies. I was communicating with the founder this morning, and I was like, listen, man, I should pull up I'm not going to show, I won't, if you're watching, I'm not going to show it to you, but check this out. We have, I forgot to mention a couple of things. Oh, it was a voice message. Well, check this out, guys. I tweeted it this morning. Watch this. And I actually want to make a really juicy post. I think I can make a really juicy post from some of this, but give me a second. I want to lay eyes. I want to tell you guys what we have. Hey, somebody followed me on X. Yay. I want to put a highlighter on where not not where pTGC and UFO are going, but what they have going for them. Listen. Let me wrap my head around. I was making all kind of notes too about this. I'm in church. My mind's just like racing. I'm like, I gotta write that down. Look, we have a DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization that funds go to from every transaction. And we're going to talk about that. But what happens to that DAO money? It gets directed. And there are men that are in the top 100 stakers that write proposals and direct that DAO money to whatever, burn tokens or add LP, whatever we decide is going to be best for the ecosystem. And that's the DAO. What other tokens have a DAO that has money going to it that they can direct funds to go to reduce supply and add LP, thickening and increasing and bettering the ecosystem? Well, pTGC does. We've got that DAO. And now you want to know what's better than having several genius men running the DAO that are basically like the most active men in the DAO? Well, now they're querying with the machine artificial intelligence. They're inputting pTGC's tokenomics into a machine along with blockchain data, current blockchain data, and giving it a goal and saying, hey, we want this token to be $1 in 10 years. What should we do with this DAO money? Bam. And AI is like, you need to send it here. And then next week, when we got a big old batch of PLS sitting in the DAO, AI and the DAO guys are like, and we need to send it here. We're directing that pulse, that economic energy, like we're like an arrow, and we're targeting. We're not just spitballing. I mean, we weren't spitballing before, just doing the best that we can. But now we're putting men's heads together with AIs, putting heads together and consulting. It's like a free coach, free coach, artificial intelligence that literally can pull all this stuff out the blockchain and read our entire white paper, know the tokenomics, and we get set at a goal. And it's like, this is what you do with that $20,000 right now. Oh, and of course the guys are not going to just go with it wholeheartedly without thinking it through, of course. But yeah, man, that's what we have going for it. And then we got that AMM bot automation. The AMM bots are always sending more money to the DAO and rewarding holders. We got that alien tech innovation, which is really the AMM bots. And then we have since February, the incentive program, the incentive system where you and I can onboard other people to the Grace currencies and earn rewards. I mean, is it going to get any better? Yeah, it is. I don't know how, but here's one idea, like making our marketing consistent. And I loved Mando's idea yesterday on Spaces about having a one standard alien look, almost like the who does the gecko? Is that it's some kind of insurance, I think, and they got the gecko, and everybody recognizes it, right? So we need to have like one alien brand, and then incorporating that into a video, and that's something that that I want to keep an eye on. USMC 0311 YUT. I know who you are. It's good to see you in here, man. we are working on branding, and I thought that was an excellent idea. So, and I already got an idea from David. Are you in here, David? He has some pretty good branding with his alien is he's like a motorcycle alien. Motorcycle riding alien with a leather jacket. You know, I thought that was really cool. What we would do is we would again consult with AI and figure out, you know, what would be the best branding if you're trying to incorporate to draw the whole world in, you know, what would be the best branding campaign. So that's just a couple of things, guys, that's on top of my mind. That's going to help this ecosystem along with our consistency. Right. And like I was telling, USMC, he's my bud. I was telling him last week how large our community is, but a lot of us are just unplugged right now, and you're not seeing them like you're spending time in the Telegram. A lot of you guys are in the Telegram. Like, where is everybody? Yeah, where is everybody? Well, they're out living life. Like I am not presently, and you may not be either presently. There's some people that are going to be here. Some people are going to be out there touching grass. That's like, I'm going to touch grass later. Once the battle is won, that's when I'm going to be touching grass. But we have a huge community. I mean, we got like 17,500 wallets. And how many people we got in Telegram? Like maybe 8,000? I don't know. Let me have a look here. And we're going to get into the tokenomics here in just a little bit. Well, 3,400. I literally came in here right before we crossed over 1,000. So yeah, I'm bragging about it. I'm bragging about it because I was here a little bit early, at least a little bit early. Yeah, I got in, and but like the next day there was over 1,000, if I remember right. I was happy though. I like getting into projects early, and this was a good one to get in early on, but I didn't get in early as enough. Oh well, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. We're gonna be so good. Yeah, we're gonna be so well off, guys. If you are if you're dollar cost averaging into this little dandy, I got my hat to you, because I'm telling you, I have high expectations of this little dandy. But it is going to be a good. It could happen, or it could be a hodl game, or a combination of both. So just be prepared to hodl, and I mean hodl like in the sense that hodl a principal bag, but maybe take some profit with a little bit of the rest of your bag, or however you want to. Don't cheat your whole bag. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Hey, we got some comments in here, man. When will the horror end? That was a good one. Good afternoon, Walter. I do appreciate it. He's here every time. This dude here, he jumped into crypto straight into the Grace currencies. Can you do any better than that? No. No. I mean, from my perspective, that's just like, yo, and at a good time too. Has Zen asked Grok what happens if more or all DAO is used for buy and burn? I don't know. Are you going to be on Spaces tomorrow? You should ask him in Spaces. I always screenshot these, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to ask these in Spaces. I'll screenshot that. I need to make it a habit to pull up my screenshots and ask him on Spaces. Has Zen asked? He probably has. What happens if more or all of the DAO is used for buy and burn? That's a good question. That is a really good question. I love it. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to ask him. I'll tell you what. He's going to get a little surprise in his inbox right now. If you're watching, if he's watching, he's probably laughing. Just bear with me. I'm going to get this over to him. I like that. That way I don't have to worry about it tomorrow too. Well, let's see what he says. If he gets back to me, he jumps in sometimes. He jumps in sometimes. He might jump in now. Now that he's going to jump in. I could actually bring him up. That'd be fun. Oh, okay. So, all right. Thanks for a little bit of fun there, Ray, and Pookie. We got some funny names of crypto. Ray, and Pookie. Hey, where's Scooby-Doo? There's a dude in here named Scooby-Doo, and you're like, yeah, there's this dude here named the Prairie Banana. I know, it's so weird. At least this one's straight. Look at this. USMC. Oh man, that is too much fun. You guys are fun. I'm having fun. I mean, the names help us to have a little bit of fun, levity, and they're pseudonyms, because obviously, you don't put your first and last name in here, man, because you don't know where these things are going, and you don't want anybody, you don't want to get that call, say, hey, we got your daughter for ransom. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah. Oh, excuse me if you guys can hear that. Let's have a look at the chart. I usually get myself all wore out looking at the chart and such. And by the time we get to the material, I'm already tired, and I just got to go through it anyhow. How many guys are in here? 9 battle-hardened Gray's currency holders. Ah. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, man. I'm waiting for this market to take off. Dude, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited. It's going to be worth every minute. Every minute. And if you guys are having a hard time with the red candles and all that, I don't know. It seems like I was going to say something else. Get involved, get into the Telegram and have a chat. You can jump into my chat and strike up a conversation. There's nothing going on in there right now. I don't know. Here's some hope. Here's some hope. Clarity Act, July. Listen, it's June tomorrow. June 2026. July is just around the corner. And I think they've given Clarity Act a 70% chance of passing. And that'll be an igniter for crypto, from my opinion. But of course, there have been quite a few igniters in the last couple of years. And nothing has really moved. However, when's the last time we had something big happen? The last time was maybe when Richard Hart was no longer being prosecuted when he won the SEC case. Was that the last one? The last thing that really but now we got clarity. That'll be cool. Hey, but the more things we get behind us, the more, the more months we have behind us, the more likely you're getting closer to our bull run. We're going to have a bull run. Listen, the S&P 500 and gold right now are smashing it. They're smashing it. S&P 500 all-time highs, gold all-time highs. And then, so what's going to happen? What's going to happen is that economic energy is going to find its way into crypto, because those assets are going to round off. They're going to crest and round off. And then people are going to be like, well, where can I go next to make a leg up on my gains? Well, crypto, if they don't put it somewhere else. But then crypto's going to have its bull run. And when crypto goes, everybody's talking about crypto because crypto goes crazy. And then so people come into crypto. And guess what's going to happen at the beginning, from my opinion, at the beginning of the crypto bull run? I would expect that, if Richard Hart is in crypto for glory, and he has, in addition to his original asset, Hex, now he has PulseX, Inc., ProveX, on top of PLS. He's got he built his own blockchain, and he wants it to be successful. So how does he do that? He's going to make it blow up at the beginning of the cycle. That's my opinion. You're not going to, or he waits to the end. Two things, two ways that, from my perspective, he would do it is he gets everybody into PulseChain right at the beginning of the bull run. So not everybody is all, stuck on their favorite chain. He brings them over to PulseChain right from the go, man. Get started on the right chain from the go. Or at the end of the cycle, after they've filled their bags, he brings them over to PulseChain. PulseChain has a massive run, and everybody's, what's going to happen? Nobody knows, but those are two scenarios that I think could play out. Rate cut, printing more money, and a Trump check would help. And RH coming back. Yeah, Ray and Pookie, you are absolutely correct. And Richard Hart knows this. He knows the market. He's been in longer than almost anybody here. He knows the market. He's extremely intelligent. He's incentivized. Is he incentivized? He has an interest in doing well because his name is on the line, and he has a lot of friends. He ain't going to do it for his friends. He'll do it for himself, but he does have a lot of friends, colleagues, whatever, in the industry, and he ain't going to let them down. If that makes any sense. And he's got a lot of capital, and he knows, but let's not depend on his capital. But I think he's going to input his time. He's going to stream. He may even do some kind of podcast or something where he interviews people. I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see him do that. That way he can be in charge. He can call the shots. He can shut them down if they're getting out of line. Yeah, man, he's in control of the flow of things, right? Because if he's being interviewed, he's a lot of that stuff is outside of his control. But if he can be the one that's doing the interview, I'm going to rearrange some stuff here, then he can maintain control better. And he is a guy that likes to be in control. There. Now I'm looking at my camera. Isn't that much better? He has started tweeting more in the past week. Hey, that's cool. I like that. I like that. I'm excited about our future. Ours. The future is ours. To see Kaisera. Sorry. If you're not a Gen Xer, you may not recognize that tune. Is that from The Sound of Music? Well, you don't have to be a Gen Xer to be familiar with The Sound of Music or whatever, wherever that song came from. So let's look at the charts now after 25 minutes. Yeah, literally like spend the first 25 minutes. Hey, let's show these on the screen. I'm going to hide this comment real quick. And, oh, I got to share a screen. In order to share a screen, I have to actually share it. We're going to share the entire screen. Sorry, I'm getting a notification here on my other monitor. Bear with me as I get things set up. My brain is distracted. Okay. Now we're sharing the screen. Okay. So here is, hey, look, Bitcoin is still in the 70, pushing 74,000. The WPLS is up 1%. pTGC is up 2%, as it should be. UFO is up 2.5%, as it should be. Hex, there's a little bit of green today, but this is nothing, guys. This is nothing. PDI is up 5%. Yeah, I'm scratching my ear live on stream. I know, how uncouth. Hey, there's only 5 people here, and you guys can handle it. Look, I mean, this is nothing compared to what we're going to see, what we should see. In my opinion, it's going to get crazy. It should get crazy. All right, let's get down to the brass tacks here. pTGC in USD on the monthly. Our high was in February 2025 at 001368 roughly. And that was true. True story. I was here for that. Many of you guys were. Now let's look at it in terms of WPLS. I think we have an even better looking chart in WPLS. Let's flip back to USD. Just bear with me 1 second. Yep. We have a better looking chart in WPLS terms. I need to ask Zen that question again. What does that mean? I mean, what do you want? Do you want performance in USD or WPLS? WPLS. As long as we're outperforming the chain, that can only mean one thing. When the chain goes, pTGC goes. Can't believe how long it's been, man. No kidding. Just got to stay focused though. 100%. Yeah, right there with you, Ben and J-Dub. And you, this would be for the younger guys. Like I don't know how old you are in J-Dub, but I'm in my 50s, and I'm like, this year has gone by like this. It's already June tomorrow. But as you get older, you realize how fast time goes by. And like our 10-year calculator, time horizon calculator, it's like, even to me, it's like, okay, it is 10 years. However, it's going to go by so quickly. It's going to go by like 10 of those, right? So to you younger guys, just try to, as much as lieth in you, extend your time horizon. Think further out. It's difficult. I, even at 50s, have a difficult time thinking further out, but I try to do that. And why do I do that? To increase my patience. Because if you can be thinking further out, it's going to help you be patient and not impatient. If you can't think past next week, guess what you're expecting? Everything to happen next week. Well, this is financial investing. Sometimes it takes longer than a week. I mean, honestly, if you wanted to go even meme coins, yeah, you can be in and out of a meme coin in a week, but sometimes meme coins even you're going to take a few weeks or a few months. Look at SHIB. I don't know what its runtime was. It's still running, of course, but like I think it was a number of months before it topped out, wasn't it? Maybe a year. I don't know. But extend that time horizon. Now, we're going to get it. Excuse me. I try not to clear my throat into my mic because I think it's rather rude. But we're going to get into the teaching aspect of this presentation. So I want to start with the chart. And I want to show you something that I'm going to have a sit too. I'm going to show you something that a lot of investors, I want to say that. You're going to be careful how I say things. Okay. I don't look at myself as a crypto pro or anything. If you want a crypto pro, you need a Mando and the pTGC Yoda, which is Zen. And there's a lot of other people out there too. A lot. Okay. Where was I going with this? But I was saying that a lot of people in crypto don't know about what I'm going to show you, but maybe they do. Okay. Okay. Just bear with me. I hear that there are a lot of people in PulseChain that know their stuff when it comes to crypto. And I don't have any reason to not believe that. And so I just had to believe it at face value that it's probably true. And I hope it's true. So what does that mean? Well, as people come into PulseChain, that means that they may not know some of this stuff. Well, cool. They can learn it. I learned it here. I've learned more being in pTGC, probably twice as much being in the Grays currencies than I did anywhere else. And I'm very, very thankful for that. So hang around in Spaces, Telegram, and maybe even on this stream, you could pick up a few things. But this one thing I'm going to show you is assets valued in not just USD, the dollar, but in other assets. So like, for example, pTGC. I have it on a deck screener right here. I'm going to show it to you. And I have it valued on the same screen in USD. Click a button and we can look at it valued or denominated in WPLS. And why am I interested in looking at it in two different denominations? Because that's a good question. That's a good question for Spaces. I need to ask that question on Spaces. What's the value in it? I mean, I know I can do it. Okay, I'm thinking out loud, guys. Bear with me. And we do it, but why? I always go to the thought process of, well, I want to compare it to other assets. Okay, true, fine. But other assets move up against WPLS too, not just in USD. So, but a lot of assets they're not moving up against WPLS as much as pTGC or UFO are. So let's just go there. So whenever I'm looking at an asset, I almost always flip it to see what its performance is in the paired asset. And in this case, pTGC, we're going to look at it paired with WPLS, and we're going to see its performance is moving up against PLS. And then you can do it you can do the same experiment with all the pairs, because pTGC being an index, it has thick liquidity and pairings with like 5, 6, 7, 8 assets. And we can see those on our fabulous website, ptgc-ufo.com, which you guys have access to. So, and what we found is that pTGC is outperforming all the assets that it's bonded with, including PulseChain. So in PulseChain being the golden boy, it's the only chain of Richard Hart's quiver, the only chain. But PulseChain, being his baby, is he probably wants it to do a number of X's, wouldn't you say? And therefore if we are already moving up against PulseChain, then when PulseChain moves, we should move even more, but it gets better. pTGC has done a number of X's against PulseChain while PulseChain has been going down. PulseChain going down, pTGC going up. Figure that out. Now, there are other assets on PulseChain that can do the same thing, right? But just pTGC is special. And so what does that mean? And here's another thought too. PulseChain is like 6, 8, 10x down below where it was when pTGC launched. pTGC hasn't returned to that point, to its launch month price ever. And so what does that mean? When PulseChain turns around and starts going with us, the response in the pTGC could be it could leave us all speechless. So hang tight, buckle your seatbelts, boys and girls, because it could get real exciting. It's just right now, it's not exciting at all. It's not exciting at all. But you know what is exciting? You and me being right here. That's exciting. That's exciting enough. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's look at the chart. The chart will speak more than the prairie banana here. Okay, you've got pTGC denominated in USD right there, baby. This is the monthly chart, up and to the right. Let's go from let's take a measurement from here to here. It's up 5,700% from the end of October to today. 5,700% in USD, and it's even more in WPLS. Look at this. I said 5,700%. Come on, cursor. Good enough. 51,515%. All right, 50,000%. We're up more in WPLS than we are in USD. Okay, so now watch this. And here's the ratio right here, 10.65. 10.35. That is the exact ratio right now, 10.35 WPLS pulse per pTGC. So it costs 10 pulse per pTGC. There was a time 2 years ago when you could get it for less. You could buy, of course, pulse was more expensive back then, but then you could get more pTGC back then. You could, yeah, that's a mind bender. But basically, excuse me, got something in my throat. You can get a lot less pTGC right now for your PulseChain than you could back then. So, and we've been as high as 22 pulse per pTGC, and we're going back, guys. We're going back. Provide all we need is, and we don't even need PulseChain to run, but if PulseChain runs, this is the thing. I wrote it down this morning. If PulseChain sees any kind of success, if PulseChain sees modest success, pTGC is going to see a massive success. Yeah, massive. So there you go. There's your pTGC chart, and UFO is just about the same. Just about the same. So what are these assets? They're an index of the best assets on the chain. Okay, the best assets. Is that just because you like these assets? Or do you have an affinity for do you have bag bias for these assets? No, they're the Richard Hart core assets, and they are the assets that are gonna perform the best on the chain outside of pTGC and UFO. They're the golden assets, the golden boys, the most promising assets. Hey, and we're not like in pTGC. We're not limited to bonding with just those core assets either. Cool breeze. Feels so good. It's raining outside. Beautiful day. I'm going to get out there here in just a little bit, go take a country drive. Oh, yeah. So we're bonded with these assets. Hex, Pulse, I already mentioned them, the core assets, the PulseChain core asset, the Richard Hart core assets. So when they run, pTGC is going to run. Only pTGC runs even harder. So basically, because we're an index, you don't need to hold those other assets. Now, that's not a diss to those other assets. I'm not saying don't go buy a bag of those assets, but it literally opens up a choice, right? Okay, can I hold Hex? Yes, go get you some Hex. Can I just hold pTGC or hold both? Yeah, you can do that too. Matter of fact, you might want to get exposure to both of them. Because what if pTGC is better than Hex? And there's a lot of people that have said, including that have said that it is, and have done an experiment, which I should resurrect at some point and do a video on it, except might get some hate. But I'm telling you, it's better. So, but get both. Hey, man, you want to diversify a little bit, but you might want to go 90-10. You might want to do a 90-10 because I flipped all that stuff over into pTGC and I have no regrets. I flipped almost everything over into pTGC and have no regrets. So they're an index. They are deflationary. Both pTGC and UFO started with a fixed supply, and the supply is deflating. pTGC has burned LP, like its liquidity pairs. It's got like $2.2 million in LP, and like 99% of it, or 98, I don't know, is burned. A lot of it, most of it, the majority of it is burned. But UFOs is all community provided, and we will get into that. Flawless code, both of them operating nonstop, no hiccups, no crashes, just flawless code, flawless operation, thick LP, both of them. UFO's LP is a little bit thicker. It has more LP with RH tickers only than pTGC, but both of them have very thick LP, like millions of LP. And a DAO. pTGC has the DAO, UFO does not, which allows pTGC to pivot on a dime whenever it wants to, whenever the DAO decides, hey, they've got PLS from all the transactions sitting in the treasury wallet, and they're like, hey, you got this opportunity over here, or the AI is suggesting we think, and the AI is suggesting that we, beef up the LP with whatever XYZ token. And so what do? Execute. That's what we do. So that's what the DAO can do. Whereas like in a standard token, you might have interesting tokenomics and number go up capability, obviously, but that ability to deploy capital and steer the ship in a sense of the token is in most tokens that doesn't exist, but it does in pTGC. And you're going to see where that DAO money comes from. You can earn APY 4 different ways with pTGC. You can just hold it, stake it, lock it, and now you have a reward system where you can tell your friends and family in the whole world, if you can and want to, about pTGC and give them your referral code. And when they buy, you get rewarded. We are rewarded on volume whenever we have volume. And today it probably ain't much. I'm guessing we're in the 25s. Let's see if I'm right. I like to guess. You can ask my wife. And I do like to guess what our volume is. I'm guessing we're around 25, maybe 30. I was going to say maybe 30, and it's 32. But we are rewarded on volume. And I think that we're going to have some tremendous volume whenever we run. And here's what's exciting. We found that volume and price move together. Price go up, volume go up. Now, there's something you need to understand that's connected with that volume, because we get our rewards from volume. So as volume goes up and then price goes up, volume goes up, it means you're getting more rewards, like in dollar value. But as price goes up, the dollar value of those rewards will stay the same. Volume goes up, and then the dollar value of your rewards increases, but you will get it's so confusing. You will get the rewards in fewer tokens as price goes up. Okay, I hope you can understand that. But when price comes down, you get the same value in more tokens, which I honestly like. Like in the last month, for every 100 million pTGC you have staked, you earned like 57,000. I think 57,000. I think it's more than that, but you earned some pretty good divs. I looked it up yesterday and I can't remember what it was, but because price has been down, volume has been, then we earned some pretty good rewards. Like imagine just in the month of May earning, like if you had 100 million and you did earn, it'd be about a little over 100,000 tokens in the whole month if you're staked. In the month of May, you're earning 100,000. Imagine when the tokens are worth $1 each. Well, then in 1 month you earned $100,000. Okay, that's a house in a lot of places. That's a couple cars. I don't know what cars cost these days. Maybe it's just one car. So, and here's some alien tech. Oh man, this is. I gotta write this down. I knew there was something that I was gonna miss on my notes. Bear with me here. I'm working on a tweet. I just like to get all my notes together. So the thing about pTGC and the 5% fee, we should talk about. Did we not talk about the fee? Oh, yeah. Let me move this down here. We got to talk about the fees. It's a slow, relaxing day, isn't it? It's a rain day here where I live. All right, let's talk about the fees, and then we'll talk about what I was going to talk about. So pTGC's fees are 5%. UFOs is 6%. pTGCs get distributed this way. 1% to holders, 1% to stakers, 2% to the DAO, and this last little piggy over here, half goes to is added to LP, the WPLS LP, pTGC LP, and the other half is burns pTGC. So that's where the 5% is distributed, how it's distributed. For UFO, it's 6%. 1% burns UFO. 1% rewards holders. It looks weird, don't it? And then 3% is paid to LP providers and 1% burns pTGC. That's UFO. So they're distinctly different, except both of them are burning tokens, and UFO burns pTGC. And that's a reason we love UFO. Those are the fees. Now notice in pTGC's fee, okay, you got 2% that can be extracted. And these right here, this is what goes to the DAO, and this is burning LP and burning tokens. So you got this 3% and this 2%. Notice this is the only part of the fee that can be extracted, and that's only 40%. So you've got a net 20% that remains in the system with every single transaction. Now, a lot of people aren't extracting right away, but they can. But what that means is that in theory, you have 20% that remains in the system. And even the DAO assets, 20% is going to, it's always good. The DAO, I've got a door that's going flutter, flutter, flutter because I got the window open. The DAO is always going to burn tokens or add LP. It's always going to be doing that. Now, I might need to do something about that door. It's going to bother me. Yeah, let me take care of that real quick. Hold on. There's a lane something against it. Now, the thing that got me the most excited about pTGC when I came into it was the passive rewards. Like, you have all of these liquidity pairs, right? Because pTGC is a liquidity web, UFO is a liquidity web. That's the fundamental structure of their nature, is that they're liquidity webs. So they have lots of LPs. And we know that the thicker the LPs, the more value is in the LPs, the more transactions are going to flow through those LPs. So that's thing one. So the more liquidity pairings you have, and the thicker they are, the more volume you can have through them. So you've got these things called AMM bots, automated market maker bots, that balance out the pairs. Like you got the Hex, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., and ProveX pairings, right, with pTGC. And if somebody makes a transaction in the ProveX pair and that changes the price of pTGC in that one pair, the AMM bots have to go balance all the pairs and make them equal to this one. Okay, they have to equalize all the pairs. And when they do that, they're paying the 5% fee. So they're paying holders and stakers 2% of the DAO, burning tokens and adding to LP when they make those transactions. Does it get any better? Does it get any better? Richard Hart knew how to increase the value of tokens, reduce the supply, make them deflationary. He could not figure out how to create demand. It took the grays at the gray 369 on X to create the demand. And he did it with the grays currencies. Best mascot in crypto, baby. The best mascot in crypto. And I don't have one in front of me. Well, there it is right there. Am I pointing to it? Alien. It's alien tech. That is the alien tech. It's the AMM bots paying us. Holland, it's good to see you, man. You always jump in like an hour into my stream. You're very predictable. Appreciate you being here. Yes, sir. Another day, another banana. Yeah, man. So AMM bots. Yeah, I mean, this is the definition of passive income. Robert Kiyosaki, right? What do you want to be doing in your lifetime but stacking assets? What do assets do? They pay you passively. You don't want to be like the middle class and the poor and buying liabilities, which take money out of your pocket, right? You're playing Call of Duty. Oh, wow. That sounds tough. Hope you got your bulletproof vest on, man. pTGC has 17.7 thousand wallets. 17. We're on our way to 18. Dude, it's gonna be 20 before you know it. I'm guessing by the end of this year we will have 23 to 25. Oh, wait a second. We're already halfway through the year. 21 and 22,000 wallets. I mean, if things get hopping, I think we'll have at least 22,000 wallets by the end of this year. pTGC is the golden goose of crypto, guys. It's like a what do you call it? That horse. It's the Trojan horse of PulseChain. I think has the ability to onboard a lot of people onto PulseChain. I think we can do it. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I think we can. It's also the needle in the haystack. pTGC is an asset that everybody wants in crypto. I mean, unless you're out chasing meme coins, have fun chasing meme coins. But if you want an asset that you can store value in dependably, that pays you APY, that's deflationary, that will always be going up in value, pTGC is it. I mean, unless you want to go store in your capital in Bitcoin or Ethereum or some other L1 maybe, but pTGC is going to pay you passively. Bitcoin ain't, Ethereum ain't. I know you can stake those assets or whatever you can do to earn APY with them, but I mean, do you maintain self-custody when you do that? I don't know. I suppose that you don't. I think you need to relinquish your custody to make yield. I made yield with some Ethereum one time, but I had to do it over on Kraken. That wasn't a good idea. That was back in my early days. We have a public founder, Zen. His name is Zen at the Gray 369 on X. You should all be following him and supporting his tweets. Support that man. He's public and he's giving everything he's got for the Gray's currencies. I know this. He wants to see. He is one founder that has not ghosted his project. And I think there's a lot of them that have. I hear about it. And I've seen it, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've seen it. That's a bummer. All right, let's talk about how you can earn these things. Let's go. Well, with pTGC, you can earn 4 different ways, which I already explained to you. UFO, you can earn 2. Let's pull up the D app. Let's pull up the D app. And I need to pull up the D app. I got my wallet connected today, guys. How about that? It is so quiet. I was wondering if it's a full moon. How many days are we out from a full moon, guys? Because I just got a hunch. I have a hunch that it must be very close to full moon. I wish I had like a moon thing up here to where I could see. All right, I'm going to unshare just for a second. Oh, I'm unshared right now. Make sure that I'm not doxing anything that I shouldn't be. And I'll walk you guys right through this D app. I have an experimental wallet with like 1 million pTGC in it that I set up back in February or March of 2024. And it has been a really interesting experiment to have this. And I get data from, I'm the data dude. I get data from my experimental wallets. Don't worry about the reflection in the picture behind me, guys. I am totally not worried about that. As long as nobody can discern everything. And I don't think they can. I'd be shocked if they could. I don't think the contrast, not the contrast, but the, what do you call it? The pixelation is fine enough for anybody to discern anything in that. Okay, so what you're going to do is when you want to do anything with your tokens besides only holding them, this is where you're going to go. Go ptgc.com. Connect your wallet, and then you're going to go for pTGC, select staking, which will bring you right here. And I should actually talk about, I am going to talk about, hold on a second. Okay. Add that to my notes. So this wallet here has 1 million tokens in it. I started it with 1 million tokens. It has earned 83,835 tokens total. Wow. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a lot of tokens. 83,800. I mean, if they go to $1, that 1 million pTGC has earned $84,000 at $1. From holding, 25,947. From staking, 41,364. So you can see at a glance that the APY for staking is higher than for just holding. 4136, whatever that is. Yeah, it's 163%. 163% more for staking. But look at this. Look at this. That's total over its whole lifetime. Now, let's see. Claimable. 565. Let's see what it is in the last. So it's 100. Let me write that down. That's pretty normal. 162 let's make it for real. 162.7% all time. But in the last month, what is it? 565. Let's see, 565.74 divided by 1024.95. 155%. Really? Okay, so it's 155% more recently. I mean, in the month of May. What that means is that more people are staking recently. Okay, well, that was an interesting experiment. So let's get back on track here. So basically, again, this is lifetime, and lifetime. This is lifetime locking, 16,524. Now, this wallet holds $1 million, but it has earned 564. I zeroed it out. I zero it out every month. It has earned 565.74 in the last month in reflections, and 1,024 in staking rewards. In locking rewards in the last month, 39.17. Make sense? Holland wishes we would hit a recession to get cheaper prices. I like your attitude. I wouldn't mind that either. So this is claimable pTGC, and this is claimable pTGC. The reflections go straight to your wallet. They don't sit in the contract, but your staking rewards and your locking rewards do remain in the contract until you claim them, and then they go to your wallet and start earning reflections. So if you're thinking about staking, there's a couple things you need to be aware of. There's always like one main thing, and that is your end staking fee. I don't like to look at it as a penalty. It's just a fee. And it gets paid to all the other stakers, but it's 1% of your principal, 1%. And so if you're going to stake your tokens, just plan to be staked for a while. How long is a while? At least until you ROI, which could be a number of months, or who knows. Do your own research. It depends on price and volume, right? Where your ROI time depends on price and volume. And I estimated to be a number of months. But like, I've been staked for as long as I've been in. February 2024, I've staked my first pTGC, and I've staked almost all of it ever since. Why? Because I like the APY. I earn hundreds or thousands or whatever of pTGC in a month. And to me, those are $1. They're worth $1 from my point of view. So I want every one that I can earn. But just know you're going to pay a 1% fee to end your stake. But there are some cool things about staking. You don't need to set a time. You just stake, and you unstake whenever you want. There's no penalty. Aside from the 1% fee, it's very, very liberal, fluid. You can do whatever you want. You can even end stake as much as you want. Meaning, if you staked $1 million, you could end stake 100,000 or whatever you want, whenever you want. And rewards are claimable at any time. I like to claim my rewards. I honestly claim mine once a month. That's when I do it. But optimally, in a perfect world, I would do it every week, not every day, because that would be a waste of time. And you're really not compounding like you think you were. Do the math on it and try it yourself and see. And you'll be like, oh, yeah, waste of time. But let me know if you find out otherwise. I'm not a math genius. But ChatGPT is, and I've asked it a number of times. And it always tells me. And I'm just like, what? Serious? How can that be? Well, I guess it is. Once a week should be optimal. And the same with locking, your locking rewards. Now, locking is different, but your locking rewards are claimable at any time. You can, and when you do, they go straight to your wallet and just start earning reflections, and then you can stake them too. And your reflections too, and your staking rewards, when they go to your wallet, they can then be staked also. Okay. Now, if you want to lock, you got to stake first. Now, locking is an entirely different animal. You need to be aware that there's a 5%. I wish it was only 5%. It's a 30% penalty on your principal if you end a lock early. So you don't want to end a lock early. You want to end your lock on time or wait until past the time, because there's really there is no penalty for ending a lock after it has matured. You can literally leave it in place and there's no penalty. And you continue to earn lock-in rewards. It's stupid. It's really cool. I was trying to say it's super cool. I love the locking. And it keeps your dirty little hands off of it, because if you end your lock, you're going to pay 30% penalty that is paid to all the other lockers. So, and that would be a bummer, wouldn't it? If you had to pay a penalty to all the other lockers. So what does that mean too? That myself as a locker, the longer I hold, the more penalties I collect from other people that are ending their locks early. And what we found is that people end their locks early when we have volume. There's a lot of things that happen when we have volume, if you hadn't noticed. One being that volume and price track each other pretty much. And then also that people end their locks. Oh, and that you get lots of rewards too for your reflections and staking rewards. So it's pretty cool. Now, there are different tiers for locks, and that's how your rewards are determined. And the tiers are 90-day minimum lock. You got to lock those tokens however much you want for 90 days. And unlike staking, you can't just unlock a certain, you have to unlock the whole bag. So, like what I recommend is locking up, like if you have, like say you have 10 million pTGC, then lock up, if you want to do multiple locks. That way, if you do decide, hey, I need access to this capital, you're not nuking 30% of an entire bag, but broken up little bags. So you're paying less of a penalty. So 90-day minimum locks. And then if you lock for a year, 90-day, the fee that you earn from other early end lockers is 55%. And if you lock for a year, then you keep 60%. And it's so on out to 9 years, you keep 100%. Now, if you lock a day or two into the next higher tier, you'll earn from that tier. So you can lock 9 years and 1 day, may as well make it a week, and you'll earn 100% of the lock-in rewards. That's how it works. And that's pretty cool. I was going to say something else on that. Oh, the rewards. So your 90-day locks that keep 55% of the rewards, what happens to the other 45%, right? That should be a question you're asking. Well, they get burned. So one of the reasons I like the locking system is that whenever I claim my tokens, I am burning tokens. Reducing the supply. And which is another reason why we need to claim our locking rewards regularly to keep the supply burned. Like there's some big initial pTGC holders that have 90-day locks that would burn a lot of tokens if they would just claim. But they're just sitting there doing nothing. Yeah, honestly, they're not going to move the needle very much. But like, I want to move the needle as much as I can. It's all good. It's all fine. So the way you do this, ladies and gentlemen, is like, if you want to stake your tokens, select stake more tokens. And this is just what I've earned in reflections this month from that 1 million. So you can select however much you want right there. Select stake now. Sign your wallet, and then you'll have a new stake or add it to the stake. And that's what's cool about pTGC is you can just continue to add to the stake. And this one, I keep it at 1 million because it's an experiment. Now you can also lock more pTGC if you want. And to do that, you select lock more, select however many days, however much. And I don't have any stake that's not locked already. So I can't make another lock until I stake more. And in order to unstake, you select this. But if you unstake, again, you can select however much you want. All of my pTGC is locked. But you, what was I going to say? If you unstake, obviously you're going to pay 1% fee that goes to all the other stakers. You can claim your staking reward by clicking there to sign in your wallet. Oops, I don't want to show that. There, I avoided, I dodged a bullet. And so you claim your staker rewards here, claim your locker rewards here. And when you do that, those rewards will go straight to your wallet. And down here is my lock. It's a 1 million pGDC lock. It has 39.17 pGDC in rewards. Here's the start date and the end date. And the time. Look, I started this February 10th, man. I got all in on pGDC at the beginning. Wow. And you claim right here and unlock. You don't want to see it says, sure, you want to unlock? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so that's pTGC. Now, if you're going to lock tokens, I recommend that you sleep on it. No rush. Take your time when it comes to locking. There's nothing happening in the ecosystem right now, on PulseChain right now. So don't go make a rash decision to just lock up one big old bag for 10 years. You might want to do a lock and ladder. That's what I've done. Many other people have. And that's funny. I'm just thinking like about 18 months ago, I made a locking ladder, and I've got one that matured at the turn of the year, like 6 months ago, right? And then I got another one that's going to mature at the end of this year. So it's just interesting how time flies. It's really cool and not cool at the same time. So now UFO is a different animal. You can earn by holding or providing LP, and holders earn 1% of that 6% fee, right? The 6% fee, holders earn 1%, and LP providers earn 3%. They earn from the 3%. And LP providers are earning, like, I forget, it's like 3 to 5 times more APY, something like that right now versus just holding the tokens. And in order to do that, this is going to be real quick. UFO is so simple, but I will show you the UFO shares. There's UFO. And the way you'll do this, you go to the farming and you'll scroll down to the different liquidity pairs. See, this is the UFO pTGC, UFO PLS, UFO Hex. Now, these two at the top are special. This one, I would not LP because you're going to pay the fee going in and out for both of those assets. So I don't mess around with that one. This one you need to be aware of. This one, you're going to pay the PLS fee on your way out of that LP. I mean, the UFO fee on your way out. So if you do that one, just plan to be in there for a while, and I have a UFO PLS pair, and I just don't plan on ever unpairing it. But the other ones, the UFO fee is whitelisted. So it's pretty cool. And when you do this, like, let's say you wanted to make a UFO Inc. pairing, select add liquidity. You're going to have to have equal portions of each side of the LP, and then just sign it in your wallet. It's going to say add new liquidity. You'll sign it in your wallet, and then you'll have an LP. All right, it's pretty simple. And this is all built on PulseX V2, I think, PulseX V2. And when you do that, another thing happens. Let's go to the rewards. And this is where you set up the farm, and this is where you can see the rewards. Now, this wallet is, again, my experimental wallet. Let's have a look here. It's going to be this. Yeah, here's the only LP that I have on this wallet, which is the UFO PLS. Now, notice this 1 million UFO shares. UFO shares. That's because it has how do you say? It has a million UFO shares because I put 1 million UFO into that LP. And the UFO shares is something that you need to understand. Understand first off that they're on stinking sale right now. UFO shares are on sale. Why? Because UFO is so cheaply priced right now. You can literally get like a dolphin position for $400 or $500. Everybody on PulseChain should have a dolphin position in UFO. Do they? No. Are they gonna regret it one day? Yes. So UFO shares are cheap. Okay, but what are they? UFO shares are an exact equivalent to how much UFO you put into an LP. You put in 1 million, like I did with this one, you're going to have 1 million UFO shares. All right. You need to define that a little further, Prairie Banana. You're right. What they do is they determine how much of the 3% goes to you. So when you set up your LP with your UFO, you get a UFO share rate exactly equivalent to however much UFO you put into the LP, and the UFO shares do not change. They stay with that LP forever and ever and ever, unless you unpair it. I'll talk about that a little bit more, but they determine your portion of the 3% rewards that goes to you for that LP. So get yourself an early on UFO share rate like is available right now, and just hold it forever and a day. I've been holding UFO shares for over 2 years now. Gladly, happily, joyfully, and thankfully, just earning those Pulse rewards day after day after day after day after day after day after day. And looking forward to when we actually have volume on this network. That's your UFO shares. Now, if you were to unpair, like, the reason UFO shares exist is because when you make an LP that with an aggressively appreciating asset like UFO, what's going to happen is, let's take this UFO PLS LP, for example. UFO has been moving up against PLS. What does that mean? More people are buying UFO. So what happens to the UFO in that LP? It decreases because people are buying it. Pulse increases. Well, that means that I started out with 1 million UFO, and now there is less. There is less UFO in that LP. So if I were to unpair, and I could literally show you if I knew how to do this. Let me see. Let's go back to farming. Maybe I can see how much is in there. I forget how to do this right away. Remove liquidity. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Look at this. I put 1 million UFO into this LP. There's now 296,000 UFO in that LP. So that's how much UFO has moved up against PLS. So what that means is, if I unpaired, I'd have 296,000 UFO, not 1 million. That's less. So if I wanted those UFO shares, which determines my rewards, I would have to come up with 700,000 UFO. That's the bummers. But that's the power of the UFO share rate and why it was incorporated into and invented and incorporated into the contract. Super cool. Good day, everyone, and Manic Talk Shesh. Appreciate you being here. Hit the like before you leave, guys, if you're leaving. All right. So that's UFO. Are there any questions, comments, pictures of family? All right. It's a pretty quiet day, and that's all right. 12 people in here. We'll have our day in the sun. Until then, we'll keep drilling. We're going to keep drilling, boys. This is the Grays military. This is the Grays What the Grays? What's the ad that I like to put out? I forget. I'm streaming, so my mind goes out the window. All right, get back on track with my notes here. Oh, the referral system. I can show you guys that. I do want to show you guys that referral system. So what you can do is go to pTGC. This is how I'm going to show you how to set up your referral link. Click on onboarding. I haven't looked at this in a number of days. Let's look at the leaderboard real quick. pTGC official onboard has bought $38,000 worth of pTGC. Good grief. He's the leader. He's bought 447 million. Who is this dude? Wow. PLTGC has bought 4,000. Gray's Legion is bought, and I'm saying bought. Maybe, it was bought with their referral link. Prairie Bananas bought $1,800 worth, or 30 million. Yay, banana. Moonbag. IO. Go, IO. Some of these people I know. Some people. Oh, he's got pTGC. That's cool. He got the only one. There can only be one of these and one DeFi mission. You see what I mean? Nina Hexagon. I've never heard of a bunch of these people. Crypto 7. His link is getting used. That's super cool. I love it. Polygon, you go, man. $17.15. Hey, but look what it bought. 195,000. Am I gonna diss that? Am I dissing that? 1,000% no. Absolutely not. You should see some of the tiny buys I've made in pTGC. Why? Because, like I said, everyone I think of as a dollar. I do. So, referral system. Let me get back here. Let's close this out. That was fun. Referral link. Put in your name. It has to be original. And then, you got to have your wallet connected, whatever wallet you want those rewards to go to, and they're going to be permanently bonded. You can't use that referral name anywhere else or on any other wallet, and you can't undo it or fix it. So once it's done, it's done. Type it in there, click generate link, bam, you're going to have a referral link. Okay. And then it's going to show up right here, and then pass that thing around like candy. Put it on all your socials, send it to all your buds, and say buy pTGC with my referral link, because you want to be a blessing to me and reward me for my efforts. And you'd be surprised the people that do want to reward you for your efforts. Speaking of reward for efforts, I would be rewarded. I would be happy and glad if you will buy with my referral link, which I'm about to drop in here. But don't buy with mine if somebody sent you over here. Do not do that to me. That's this is my referral link right here, my referral code. Buy pTGC with my referral code. And I will thank you in advance. Appreciate you. That's not the only reason I'm here. I was here before the referral code. Okay. I don't need you, but to buy pTGC with my referral code. But if you're buying anyhow, it doesn't cost your referees any more. It doesn't cost them anything extra. But some people just like to leave a tip. So there's your opportunity to buy me a coffee. And I do drink coffee. Can't you tell? All right, what's next? UFO shares. Show the UFO LP versus shares. I think I did that. Yeah, I did that. Okay, I'm on track. Commercial break after a sip of water. We're almost done. And then we're going to get into moon math, which is my favorite part. Guys, if you want to jump into my Telegram, why? It's a Telegram that's mainly for new people. It's a safe place for you to ask any questions. It's very quiet right now. It is very quiet. But all of crypto is quiet. I'm anticipating it to get more lively. We shall see. If you want, now jump into the main Telegram. Also, I'll drop that in here. Let me put these on the screen also so you guys on YouTube can see them. And then if you want to buy, go buy my book, The Gray's Currencies. It's on my website, thegrayscurrencies.com. And that is right. Let's see if we'll get that Telegram in there. And then go buy the book. It's I think it's $100, or is it $90? I think it's 90 or $100 for a hardcover book, all about the Gray's Currencies, pTGC and UFO, endorsed by, of course, myself, the author, and my colleague in the industry, the Zen. And it's all color. It's color. And see, it's written by the Prairie Banana. Literally written by the Prairie Banana. Literally. I sound like my daughter. And it's all has art in it, and it's all color. Graphs. Lots of charts in the back. Historical snapshots of where we've been and where perhaps we're going to be on. And if you buy $3,000 worth of pTGC, I gift the book to you. There you go. I gift the book to you. But you can find it on theprairiebanana.com. There you go. Go buy the book. And if you do buy the book, I'm going to send you one of these. The Richard Hart devices. You get one of these also for free. I just throw it in with the package with the book. And I'm happy to send those because I've got a bunch of them. I got like over a dozen of those little devices. And they got to go. They've got to go. Join the Gold Circle Space Force. And that's at secretobank.com. Don't ask me about the name. You're going to have to ask the developer about the name. And his name is Snowflake Society. You can ask him about that name too. He's a friend of mine. Snowflake, if you're watching, I'm sure you're laughing. And then if you can go out to California, is Wild SJ still working in the hive? Does she still need help out there? I'm going to have to ask her tomorrow on X. Make sure I'm not false advertising, but just reach out to her if you can go out to California and help with the devices or anywhere. I think they got other packaging centers elsewhere. I think there's one in the East now, the United States, and one in Europe at least. I don't know what's going on there. Follow the Gray 369 on X. Here's his. Oops. Yeah. There's his handle for X. And here comes mine. Follow me on X, please. I appreciate it. And of course, follow Richard Hart on X. And if you're not following Richard Hart, probably all you guys are. Let's get to Moon Math. Moon Math. Let's get to Moon Math. And vote on plsfolio.com. All right. Now, there's something you need to be aware of because we're moving on to the Moon Math portion of the presentation. And that is the X multiplier. Now, the X multiplier is where, okay, picture this. pTGC is on PulseChain. When PulseChain goes up 10x, we immediately get those 10x's, okay? It's just, it's math. Don't ask me to explain it. We get all of those 10x's, every single one of them. Now, we can do our own x's also on top of those 10. So, if we did a 10x on top of those 10 would not be added, but multiplied for 100. Okay. So PulseChain does a 10x. We do a 10x. That's 100x. And that has happened. So that's the X multiplier. Now we're going to go look at some calculators on pTGC-UFO.com. And one of them, let me get there. We're going to start with, we're actually going to start with the Moon Math calculator. We're going to end with a really juicy good one. And if ETH does a 5x, oh, that's a good question, China James. ETH is not going to have, all right. That is a good question. One of my neighbors is making popcorn right now. It's either a neighbor or it's my wife. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably my wife. Okay. If ETH does a 5x, do you know what that's going to do to PulseChain? That's a great question, man. And if it does that to PulseChain, do you know what that's going to do to pTGC? Okay. If ETH does a 5x, that'd be a $10,000 ETH. Yo. Okay, that would be all right. Let's do some quick shooting from the hip math, China James. James. So if ETH does a 5x, I'm guessing PulseChain will do it. That's a 10x, probably pretty easy. And if PulseChain does a 10x, pTGC probably going to do 10x. So that's going to be 100x for pTGC. There you go. But what if PulseChain does a 20x? Well, and then pTGC does a 10x, that's going to be 200x. So if ETH does a 5x, it's on. Okay. There's your answer. It's on, boys. Good question. Good question. Appreciate the questions. All right. Moon math. And that's just speculation, right? And we don't even know if pTGC is going to do a 10x against PulseChain. It's just, yeah, somewhere in there or more or less, but 10 is a nice even round number, and it's done it a number of times already. So why wouldn't it do it again, right? X multiplier. Let's get these comments down so we can see and get rid of this distracting banner. And we do love the comments and questions. I'll be preparing my 2x notice. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, that's funny, man. Let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. Hey, let me know. Let me know. Let me know when that happens so I can rejoice with you. Okay, let's see. You got 29 million pTGC. And the lower the price goes, we might have to make this a shark position. So everybody get ready to get your shark positions. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know that we're going any lower, but I wouldn't be surprised. And let's say PulseChain does 141x and pTGC does indeed do that 10x against PulseChain. Well, that'll be a 10 times 141, which would be 1410x, or a 1 penny pTGC. 100. Well, yeah, 100. Oh, never mind. That'd be a 10-cent pTGC, because this is the pTGC valued in just its own x's, and then valued with the X factor, 10 cent. That'd be a 10-cent pTGC. And this is a PulseChain at 141x. So PulseChain is 14x from its that SAC price. Dude, if PulseChain just going to SAC price and pTGC doing a 10x puts it at a 10 at a penny. Do you guys see that? A penny. That is so exciting. That's very exciting. I mean, do you think PulseChain's going to stop at SAC price? I don't think so. Wow. When's it going to get there? That's the question. Nobody knows, but it's 14x. So 140x. That blows my mind, man. A penny. Junya and Woody, good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. All right. So that's your X multiplier. Yeah, man, it gets exciting. Yeah, I literally didn't expect to see that. Every time I look at this ecosystem, I can be surprised like that. It's so exciting. And it's like being down here at these levels is like has been a blessing, because like my buddy that was in here earlier, he has been chunking away at it, and he's built up a position, and he's getting a little addicted to it. And I am hoping, guessing, believing that pTGC is going to rescue his portfolio like it has for many other people. I've heard of many people say, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I've heard from quite a few people that they're like, pTGC saved my portfolio, hands down. pTGC 10x against Pulse is conservative. Yeah, and there's that too, you know. I mean, because it used to be that like 10x against PulseChain was like, oh yeah, okay. But now we've got incentive program, and we've got this AI thing that we're working on, consulting with, I don't know, it's just, we've got a lot more tools. We have a larger community now than we did 2 years ago. And yeah, we have so much more going for us than we did 2 years ago. We really do. And we have a good name. Okay, by the grace of God, we have a good name on PulseChain. I mean, look, I come to work in my uniform collared shirt. Okay, this is just me. Like when you show up for a job interview, what do you want to do? You want to dress up like one level up for what you're trying to what you're applying for, right? But this is appearance matters, is what I'm getting to. And when I'm representing pTGC, I prefer to at least have a collared shirt, be decent. You're not going to see me with my hair on. I got a little beard. I'm not going to have, I'm going to be neatly trimmed. And why? Because I'm representing like what is likely one of, if not the best assets in crypto. And it needs to be repped very well. That doesn't mean I'm showing up in a suit and tie. I mean, I'm just a guy in a spare bedroom streaming about this asset. But that doesn't mean that that we or whatever can't, do our best to rep well under the circumstances, being in a spare bedroom. Okay. Or an office, wherever I am. So how did I get to going down that rabbit trail? We want to rep these assets very well. I'm in the same boat. I've been dealing DCAing since EHEX. Got wrecked on cores. Rotated my cores into pTGC. I'm close to the top 100 now. I love it. I love that, man. I love that. Yeah. Polygon knows what I'm talking about. Yes. When you're repping something special, you don't come with your hair uncut and all that stuff, Yeah. Here, just give me a second. Somebody's going to appreciate seeing this. Hold on, guys. All right, I got an answer for us. Hold up. Just be patient. We're waiting on my computer. Okay. All right. He says, now this is the answer from Zen. Remember Ray and Pookie, if you're still in here, has Zen asked Grok what happens if more or all DAO is used for buy and burn? He said, yeah, that's kind of what the new DAO AI model is supposed to do for us, is use an item to suggest the best route for us to use our funds. There you go. There's your answer, Pookie and Sunshine, or whatever your name is. You guys are Our stinking names are so funny. At least Polygon is somewhat normal. We've had 2 good laughs over our funny names this whole stream. All right, calm it down, Prairie. Let's get back on track. Let's get to something serious like moon math. Moon math. There we go. All right. So let's say you got this is the one that trips me up every time. I just need to skip over this one. Crack myself up, man. All right, let's put $5 million into the cores. What's it going to do? 13x PulseChain. What if you put 50 million? Well, obviously it's going to, wow. Okay, let's do 25. Can I sneak a 2 in here? Yes. $25 million into PulseChain right now would 195x it. You know what that would do to pTGC? A lot. That's what it would do. And I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how to read all this. So I'm sorry, guys. I got to just remember to spend some time in this calculator. I don't know why. I have it. There's a video on my YouTube channel that you can watch about how to use this calculator. Go watch it and have fun. And you actually have access to these calculators. I'm so embarrassed. On your own, ptgc-ufo.com. Drop it in the chat. You guys can go play around with that one. You figure it out. Go watch my video if you have to. Hey, man, sometimes you get what you pay for. Hey, but there's 5 other calculators here you can mess around with. What we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more. We're going to skip around on these calculators a little bit because there's a strategy here. Let's go to the new capital simulator. And what you can do is you can say, hey, I want to put $5,000 into this Gray's currency thing. Because I was watching this stream and I'm like, wow, this sounds like a really good asset that I want to speculate on. So you can use this calculator to say, I have $5,000. Now, do you want to go all in on one or all in on the other, or do you want to split it up? Well, you have an option here, right? So let's see if I can get me out of the way. So what you'll do is put $5,000 in here. If you want to just see what you're going to get for each one, 50-50. I'm going to kind of skip over the volume part right for now. And then let's say you hold it and stake it, and then you LP half of it, of your UFO. Okay. And again, there's videos on my channel for how to use this calculator also. So at the end of the day, here is what your APY would be for holding pTGC versus holding UFO. And I think this is based on, is it based on any volume setting? Oh, let's do, oh, that's a good idea. Set the 90-day. Oh, what happened? Did I lose you guys? Okay. My whole screen flashed right in front of my eyes. Are you guys there? What happened? Hey, somebody let me know in the chat if you can still hear me. If you would. I don't think I lost you, but I'm just have a concern that maybe I did. So anyhow, this is a very useful calculator, and I would use it if I was looking to buy, and I did not know which asset I was going to buy. Here's another one. Liquidity. Oh, I want to, let's go to the 10-year projection. Thanks, Paul. Cool. Thanks, China. So let's look at the 10-year projection. I want to get a little more aggressive in here. I think because I have some ideas for this. I need some ideas for this tweet. So let's say ongoing LP growth. And one of the things you want to look at when you're using this calculator right here, which by the way is the 10-year projection calculator, this is the latest one, is look down here at your values down here. They can kind of guide you into truth, if you will. So 100x on PulseChain with an ongoing annual LP growth of 25% would mean a total LP multiplier of 931x, or a year 10 LP of $12.17 billion. Now I can picture that. Now let's go new users in year 0. I am going to guess 15,000. Flat growth. So total users, total organic 10-year. Oh, that would be a lot. Let's see. Oh, that's 280 million. That's a lot. 15,000. I'm going to make this flat. Total users, 165,000. Now I could see that. At the end of 10 years, we should have 165,000 users. And then bringing in $41.25 million. Okay. 95% sell pressure, 50% Dow buy and burn or buyback, and median volume. Okay, so what would that do to pTGC? Well, over a 10-year period, at the end of 10 years, it'd be $3.70, $1 trillion market cap. I think this is where we're going, guys. I think we're going to have a trillion dollar market cap, $12 billion LP. Yeah, man. I'm just enjoying looking at volume, daily volume of $154 million. $154 million, dude. So yeah, that'd be spectacular. And then here's your, you can see the chart in log. Look at the deviation. Look at the deviation, diversion, whatever, of the code buyback in yellow versus organic only, just users, no code buyback. And that's just showing you what the code is doing for the system over a 10-year period. And it starts slow and it gets more aggressive. So that's why that right there, guys, is why you get a tweet like this morning. If you go look at the Gray 369, what's he saying? pTGC has checkmated not just PulseChain, but crypto. Right there. If we have any sort of success if PulseChain has any sort of success, the Gray's currencies have checkmated PulseChain at a minimum. All of crypto as a possible. That's exciting. And if you don't have exposure, then what are you doing? I mean, I would go sell something. I would find, if I didn't hold any pTGC right now, I would get with it and I'd find something. I'd be selling something on Craigslist, Facebook. I'd have a yard sale. Why? To make $100. If I had to do that, if I had no exposure and no way to even pick up $100, like it, that people got thousands of dollars in their sock drawer, then, go get you some pTGC. I already got my pTGC and I'm not really dollar cost averaging for more. But if I had money laying around, I would absolutely right now get exposure to this beast before it starts rearing its ugly, its beautiful head. With forecast performance like that, I wouldn't sleep on this thing, man. No way. Would you, if you knew where Bitcoin was going, would you be sleeping on it? No, absolutely not. You would have been selling your pets to get Bitcoin back in 2010. Hold it for 10 years. That would have been 20. That would have been 6 years ago. What was the price of Bitcoin 6 years ago? Maybe $20,000. Yeah, man. It's 70 now. It's $20,000 Bitcoin is a lot of money per Bitcoin. All right, I digress. That's your 10-year projection. You missed the first cycle, not missing the next. There you go, man. That's the right attitude. It's the right attitude. Now, if we're calling that a cycle, honestly, I think crypto's just in kind of a mid-cycle pullback. But if I made a mistake last cycle, if that's what we're calling it, and I don't know what to call it, that's just the way I'm doing it is I didn't sell any. I probably should have. No, but I didn't have the guts. So no. A buddy of mine did, and he made out really quite well. And I hope he gets back in. I'm sure he will because he loves pTGC. But he sold some. I didn't. I don't have the guts. I don't know enough about this market cycle thing. And I was like, no. I sleep good at night, not knowing I have to go figure the timing out to jump back in. It's not my thing. So yeah, and so you and me both ain't missing this one. That's the 10-year projection. Let's look at now we got two more, liquidity impact and the rewards calculator, and then we'll be done. Shut it down. Liquidity impact. Now this one is cool in the sense that you can take, you're going to get a volume number out of this one, and then you can take it over to the rewards calculator, which we skipped. We postponed it. So, and then this volume number is based on historical data that you can see down. Just scroll down here. And this site, by the way, guys, is compliments of, oh man, his name escapes me, and that's so embarrassing. Shaka Vibes. Shaka Vibes built this, maintains it, and we just love it. I mean, isn't it gorgeous? It is absolutely gorgeous. And look at all these different weeks of historical data that support what? That support, well, if we have 100x in liquidity, we are going to see a median week is going to be $18.74 million in volume. How do we know that? I just showed you down there from historical data that we know from the liquidity to volume ratios for these given weeks. We know that if we have 100x apples to apples, we're going to have $18.74 million in volume in that week. So 18, and I got to convert it, divide it to a day, and that's going to be, wow, 2.67 million. And then you can actually bring that liquidity back to, I think you can bring the liquidity back to the 10-year projection and kind of see where you're going to be at different prices or different times, like based on the inputs into the 10-year projection calculator right there. Right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this $2.67 million and go to the rewards. Now, this is cool because you can say, okay, I'm holding a dolphin position. Pretty easily attainable right now. If you just need $2,000. $2,000, guys, buys you a dolphin position. I mean, if you can get a shark, get a shark. If you can get two dolphins, get two dolphins. If all you can get is $1 million, get $1 million and just hide it on a wallet somewhere and keep it for 10 years. But if you can get 29 million, you don't have to wait as long. Okay, you tracking? And the daily volume is 2,677,142. And I'm going to put that on yearly because we're long-term thinkers over here because we're in the Grays currencies. So look at this, guys. I love this. Your total value of that 29 million tokens is $2,000, and you would earn $2,334 in APY at that volume level, which would require obviously a 100x in LP. So our that'd be a $200 million LP, $200 million LP, which if you go back to the 10-year projection, I wonder if it'll keep our, it didn't. $200 million LP, let's see, keep that flat. And I think all that's about the same. That's about, there we go. Yeah. $200,000 LP. LP size, 200 million. Yo, that would happen this year. That would happen this year. Oh, I like it. I mean, if PulseChain 100x'd. Wow. So you go back to that rewards. Where was it? The rewards. And then you go 2 point. So you'd have about, so if the LP 100x'd, you'd have $200 million in LP, and the volume would be $2.7 million in volume. Does that sound correct? Yeah. Yep. That's correct. Okay. That's a little circular there, but I think we got it through. So if PulseChain 100x'd, and we brought, let me try to recap. PulseChain 100x's, and you bring in 15,000 new users in that first year, and they each bring in $5,000, and the user increase was flat. And then that would be $18.74 million in volume, which is 2 point something million per day. Okay. And that 2 million per day for a dolphin position, would be, hold on, yearly would be $2,334 per year. Let's look at it on a monthly, $192 a month. So if you have 2 dolphins, that would be $192 a month. So that's PulseChain 100xing, and then those other things falling into place for pTGC, $400 a month. But then if you have, more, obviously, more is more. More is more. I'm just doing some of my own personal math here. I mean, that's exciting. That's very exciting. Yeah. All right. And that's just monthly total. Yeah, that's between staking and holding rewards. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's I think that's about it. Let me check my notes. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Appreciate you guys. It was a quiet day. How many people are here? 54 people saw the post and 15 people in here. That's good. That's good. I appreciate you guys. Just keep hodling, keep dollar cost averaging. And what else do you say? Keep being active if you can, especially on like my posts. Anybody that posts I would say mine, because I'm the first person to think of, because I'm standing in my shoes. Be active on people's posts. Anybody posting about pTGC, PulseChain too. You're welcome, Paul. And especially like the Gray 369, our fearless leader. Okay. Always try to interact with his posts. He drops them into, if you don't get notifications on X, he drops them into the Telegram. Just click on them. As soon as you see them, click on them, go in there, make a comment, repost if it's, I don't repost hardly any of his because I post my own stuff, and I don't want to be an entirely pTGC guy, but I'll do some news and that kind of thing too. But just interact with his posts. Mine too, if they're decent. Repost them if you think they're decent. And we'll have spaces tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. Jump in and ask any questions. You can ask the founder in those spaces. All right, guys, I'm glad it worked out today. And we'll see you guys on spaces either tomorrow or on Saturday. And you can jump in the Telegram and have a conversation, like almost a one-on-one conversation with Zen, the founder. And I would take advantage of that while you can, because when crypto starts ripping, pTGC is probably going to rip even harder, and he might be difficult to get a hold of. just a guess. It's just a guess. So I'm encouraging you to have a conversation with him. So you can, one day you can say, you know, I've talked to him personally. He follows me on X, and we do try to follow all you guys. If we don't follow you, let me know from the main account. We got two. He has his own account, then we have a main account. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Have a good rest of the weekend and a great week ahead. Hodl your bags. Hodl your bags. It'll pay off in the end. But this is not financial advice. Just hodl your bags. See you guys.